What's up, guys? How's it going? Jamie Grace here. We're gonna do another unfiltered and unedited Q&A. The last time I did one of these, it was really fun and you guys really enjoyed it. And so I started off by doing a quick Q&A on Instagram and my Insta stories, and then someone asked a wedding question. Then I answered it, and then like every other question was a wedding question. So I'm going to be answering those questions. Also, guys, I made a terrible choice. I decided to wear this sweatshirt because my sister got it for me for Christmas. It has the coolest sleeves and I love it so much. I was like, it's fine. I won't be hot up in the loft wearing this big, thick sweatshirt in Los Angeles. So I am drinking some water to like not be like, because that's what you do when you're dehydrated, you fall asleep. Okay, so we are going to answer wedding questions. I'm literally pulling it up. I did skim a few of them, but I posted this almost 24 hours ago, and I skimmed it like this morning, I just got my hair like this, you guys, so I'm like exploring. I'm like, what does this mean? Anyways, so we're gonna try to get to as many questions as we can. Also, Isabella is asleep, and so that's why I'm kind of quiet. I feel like I'm being quiet. Or maybe I'm just really loud, so normal volumes to me seem quiet. And also my husband can hear me, I think. I'm not positive. He probably wouldn't say anything right now because he'd get nervous. But I'm pretty sure he can hear me. And so if I say something that's like wrong or crazy, obviously he was at the wedding too because I married him, so he might say something. Okay, anyways. Let's see. Oh, that's the first question. I'm going to skip that because I know I'm going to get it again. That's not going to be the first question. Somebody said, what were your flowers? I don't know. I don't even remember if I walked down the aisle with flowers. I'm not really into flowers like that. I think they're really gorgeous and I think that people should totally love them, but I'm just not into them like that. And so I didn't pick out flowers for the bridesmaids, for me. I don't even know if there were like flowers in the church. I forgot about flowers. I just don't think about flowers like that. So I think my brother-in-law went out like the morning of the wedding, either him or my maid of honor, Kristen, or both of them, and got me flowers. So I don't know what they were. I don't know what color they were. Yeah, I did hold some because I threw it at people, like the single people thing that you do. Whew, okay. Were you excited? I was very excited. It was the best day ever. How many dresses did you try on before you found the one? I went to like 4 shops or 2 shops, 3, I don't know. I went to a few shops with my mom and they were cool. They were nice, but she really pushed me to like get it designed. And oh my gosh, I have it here. This is never seen before. I don't think it's been seen close up at least. This is the original design that we did. Like she literally sketched this in like 2 minutes as I was telling her all the things that I wanted for my dress, and she delivered like nobody's business. Yeah, this is the greatest gift. So that dress means a lot to me. I think the train was 14 feet long or something like that, and you could detach it, which was really cool. What was the best thing about my wedding? People don't like my answer to this, so I'm going to give you 2 answers. My first answer, I would say, is leaving. The second answer that I would say, because people don't like that answer, is just getting to tell a love story that only God could write. I would say that was a huge deal to me. Did you spend a lot of time dreaming of wedding plans as a single person? Yes, in the context of music and storytelling. I always thought about like, what songs am I going to share? What emotions do I want people to feel? But I didn't think of like my dress or anything. I had a few. I did want to get married on the beach for the longest time, but then we did our engagement photos on the beach, and I was like, oh, I just wanted cute photos on the beach. So I was content after that. What flavor of cake did we have? Babe, do you remember what flavor of cake we had?
We had multiple flavors.
We had multiple. I think we had a carrot cake. We had strawberry, vanilla, marble. There were a lot of cakes. There were a lot of humans. We had a private, thanks babe, we had a private reception for close friends and family. And so there were a lot of cakes. How did it feel to find your perfect person? I mean, I have a podcast episode, so if you want to check that out, I think it's called How I Knew My Husband Was the One. I'll link it in the description below. Guys, I struggle with phrases like the one and the perfect person, because even though if someone told me today, like, hey, you got to be married to someone else, I'm not a violent person, but I would punch them in the face 14,000 times. No, I think that would be actually really damaging to their brain cells. But like, I don't want to be married to anybody else. I'm never going to be married to anybody else. Like, end of discussion. Like, Aaron Collins is the person that I'm going to be married to for forever. And I'm so pumped that he feels the same way about me. But I just struggle with phrases like the one and perfect. Somebody said, did Aaron cry when he saw you? Yes, Aaron cried the most in the whole ceremony. I did not cry one time. I laughed the entire ceremony because I was really pumped. I'm just really awkward like that. Cool. How did I feel the night before my wedding? It was great. My girls and I, we stayed in this big Airbnb. It was like a couple thousand square feet. I mean, I had 17 bridesmaids. Not all the girls stayed in the Airbnb, but we just like, we watched rom-coms, we watched some Sandra Bullock movies, and you know, there was a point where the girls like crawled in the master bed with me and we just like prayed, and I gotta not rush my words together, and we prayed together and just like talked and laughed and cried, and it was good. I know, you know, the stereotype of like bachelor parties and bachelorette parties. I'm just not that kind of person. Aaron's not that kind of person. That's just not the vibe that we wanted. I mean, he went out to dinner and like hung out with his guys and stuff, but we went to Walmart at like 3:00 in the morning. It was just nice. I really enjoyed just having some time with my friends. What was the first dance song? So we didn't have, hi, do you need me? He was saying hi. You want to come be in my video? You want to come be in it?
Sure.
What was the first dance song? So we didn't really have a first dance song, because this is when I do an unedited and unfiltered Q&A, and I just get my raw reactions.
Oh, snap.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
That was like a weird kiss because I was planning on a cheek kiss and then you really wanted to kiss. Okay, we didn't have a first dance song because we didn't really want to dance like that.
Mm-mm.
Like,
Just none for, honestly, we were just ready to go.
I know, so many
But we
people.
planned it though. We planned
did.
not to have one.
Yeah, I mean, we walked out to We're All in This Together from High School Musical, but
We talked about it.
yeah. The thing is, a lot of people thought, like, you know, because we, like, saved sex for marriage and stuff, a lot of people were like, oh, that's why y'all were rushing out of the wedding, rushing out of the reception. Obviously, that's a component of our marriage that I'm pumped exists, but at the same time, I just wanted to take those shoes off.
For me too.
I just wanted to
I'm
cuddle
hurt.
and watch a movie and to not be wearing a 14-foot train that I was really proud to wear. But after a few hours, after all the photos and having all that makeup on, oh, I was so ready to take my makeup off. I was so ready. So I was just ready to go and just be with him. I didn't want to hang out with
Thanks.
everybody else. You know, you want to hang out with me too. Let's see. Oh, someone said they cried the entire time. So that was another question that I got that I kind of skipped over, but like, why did I decide to have a public wedding? And I just, even before people knew me as Jamie Grace, I always wanted to be able to have like a love story that could draw people to God and that could draw people to like what God can do. And I don't think that my story or our story is the story, but I do think that he has used us to encourage people of like, well, I know because people have like said, oh, I attended your wedding and now I'm deciding to, you know, value myself more and have, you know, sex less when it comes to people that I'm not married to and stuff like that. And like, that's a huge accomplishment for some people. And so like, it's cool to see what our story, what God has done through our story. And
Amen.
so it's like, why not have a public wedding? Also, I get really nervous when people watch me have feelings. So I figured the more people, the less stressed I would be. Where were your pics taken? They were taken at my childhood home in a small town in Georgia. What was the theme? We didn't have a theme, did we?
Have a theme.
Yeah. It was more so like music related for me. Like before the wedding, every child that means something in our lives was in a kids' choir. They were our junior groomsmen and junior bridesmaids. And they sang my song, The Waiting, with my friend Kristen Taylor, who's the maid of honor, directed by Jennifer Kalaki, who was my like bestie from like the most long elaborate story. It was like my bestie from kids choir, and
Sorry.
the piano player. You're fine. The piano player was Mitch. No, his name's Milton. Who's like playing on my albums. That was the theme. Was like long, dramatic, emotional connections to everybody that was a part of it. And Angelina Cherie, yeah, she's a childhood friend and she played violin.
Family, friend, music thing.
Yeah. That was literally it. It's like family and music. That was more of the theme. Like my aunt sang, my sister sang.
Kristen sang.
I always said Kristen.
Hi, Kristen.
Then we wait to kiss till our wedding. We actually haven't kissed yet. Well, actually, no, that was our first kiss.
Wait.
Like 2 minutes ago when we kissed, that was our first kiss. Remember? That's why it was so weird.
I forgot about it.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I'm trying to forget about it. It was like, it was terrible. No, bruh. I didn't want to wait till the wedding to kiss. And I think Aaron was sorting out what he wanted to do.
I originally had thought about that.
You should tell him what you asked me on the phone that one day.
I asked you, like, what do you think about people that want to wait till they're married to kiss?
And I was like, that's super great for them. Not for me, bruh. Nah, it's not happening, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, what do you think?
Like, well, and then of course I told her that.
He's like, yeah, well, that's what I've been planning on. I was like, sorry, sucker. Guess you're not the one for me.
Yeah, but still, at the end of the day, I mean, like, it was still magical.
Yeah.
It didn't take us kissing before the wedding didn't take away the moment.
And yeah,
You know.
I totally agree. And it was more of, it wasn't that I was trying to just kiss all the peoples because you're the first person I kissed. It was more of, I only wanted to kiss the man that I would marry. And I didn't want to watch my dad watch me figure that out. Or I didn't want my dad to watch me figure that out. Or anybody to, like, I don't want his dad or anybody.
We're not saying if you definitely want to
Right.
wait till
You should do that.
I was going to do that, so it's totally fine. It's different for everybody. I don't want you to base it off of what we did. If you thinking that, don't do that.
We like rarely.
Your marriage, your relationship. You do what's best for your relationship.
Right. We rarely talk about physical boundaries in dating and engagement for that reason. Because we don't want anybody to ever feel like they have to do something or not do something because it's what we did or not did. It's like, yeah, if you feel like you're not, like you might not be able to, I don't know, let me not even go down
I
that.
thought you was going to go there.
Okay, I will. If you feel like, how tired are you right now? If you feel like,
I don't know, I need another thing of coffee or an energy drink.
how much do you already have coffee
I
today?
only had 1 cup.
That's a serving.
But that doesn't, it doesn't last the whole day. That's why you make a pot for. I should have just made a pot for. I just made a cup.
How long does the pot stay warm on your?
It can stay warm for a while.
Oh.
For a really long time. Like over 6 hours or about 6 hours.
So I was looking for a number.
Yeah.
For a while.
Yeah, only 2 minutes and 47 seconds.
What did y'all eat at the wedding?
47.
Nothing.
So what?
They said, what did we eat at the wedding? Nothing.
Well,
were starving.
we were supposed to have, it was like breakfast thing.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
main thing was the cereal bar.
You got a cereal bar and all that. I really regret not getting any of that.
I
But
think,
then I was
yeah.
so nervous because I was in all white as well. And so
Mhm.
I didn't want to get nothing on me. I was even scared to hug people. Then I actually did get makeup from somebody. I don't know.
Was it me?
No, it wasn't her. I promise. And they got it on me right here. I was like, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, but, you know, if I did #wife life, you'll be all right. What song did I walk down the aisle to? So I walked down halfway to the traditional dun, 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 dun. Sorry, I don't know what it's called.
Here comes the bride.
And
I don't know.
then Oh, is it?
I don't know.
Oh, and then I thought I had like some fancy music,
don't
like
know.
theatrical name or composer.
No.
And then halfway through, it switched into my song, You Gotta Dance On. Let me see you get your dance on. And me and my dad just broke out into this like semi-choreographed but fully foolish, ridiculous dance. And then it resumed after like 30 seconds. It resumed into dun dun dun, and we just kind of presumed like nothing happened. My sister started that tradition in our family. My sister and my dad, and I pray that at least one of our daughters will want to do that. I'm totally okay if they don't all want to.
We gotta actually like put up the whole wedding, like somehow.
I know.
Or like just like
We have the whole wedding.
we have the
like,
whole
we
wedding,
have the
but like
thing.
yeah.
Somebody said, how long was it?
But we ain't gonna give
It
y'all
was
the
like
full
40
and
minutes.
stuff. I just give y'all the important parts of just
Right.
people asking
Exactly.
like, how'd this happen? Well, you wanna see it?
Well, here you go. What was the thing you were most excited about? Nervous. I was most excited. Sounds so bad.
You better be honest.
I was most excited to leave and just like be with you. He's my best friend. I just wanted to hang out with him. And I was just like, good, I can hang out without having all my clothes. And then the thing I was most nervous about, I think, was just, man, we did not start on time. And that made me nervous. I was nervous about not starting on time probably for the last 15 years because almost every wedding that I've been to has not started on time. It is a totally normal thing. When I've been in the congregation of a wedding that is not starting on time, I don't care because I'm like, the bride might be overwhelmed. She's got a million things she's trying to do. She's trying to make everybody happy, but everybody's telling her it's her day, but she feels pressure. Like, it doesn't bother me when a wedding starts late because it's not about me. I'm there to make sure that I can celebrate with the bride and groom. But for whatever reason, on the other end, all my insecurities just flooded in of just, what do people think about me? What are people going to say online? What are extended family members going to say? Are people going to judge me? Like, I was so overwhelmed with starting on time. And I've actually asked multiple of my bridesmaids this, like, various times, and I know that they'll be honest with me, especially considering one of them is my actual biological sister. I was like, was I a bridezilla, and can you tell me when, and like, how can I in our friendship, not do that again? And literally the only thing that I always get is that, like, I just started getting anxious the more and more late it started. I don't even know how late it was, like an hour or 30 minutes. I don't even know.
It makes two of us.
But yeah, I was just getting frustrated. And I kicked everybody out of the room because I was just finding myself about to start crying and I didn't want to be like fussing at people. So I was just like, oh my gosh, everybody like get out. Like, I'm so stressed out. Like, only, like my sister and like 2 other people can be in here. It was just rough. It was rough. So I think that's what I was most nervous about for forever. What were you most nervous about?
I was more so nervous about not crying because I wanted to cry like when I was hearing the music because the door was kind of cracked open.
I felt bad about that.
My entryway was like, it was like the NBA tunnel, so I'm like step up down, get nervous, and just trying. I was trying to keep moving so I could hold my cry. I was trying to hold my cry
until I got out there.
for you, and that was probably the hardest thing because like I was.
Why do you want to do that?
Because I think I love you, and you saw how much I cried. You saw how much I cried, and like I would have cried through the whole thing, and that would have been a distraction throughout the whole wedding. I've been crying the whole time, and then it was like we forget about the flower.
It's like the flower girls and what are those? Ring bearers. They walked in to party like a princess. It was like you would have been crying like when I walked into the party.
And then as soon as I heard the music,
you did. I felt terrible because I think it's funny now.
I didn't cry.
I think it's funny now, but when I first came in, the way that the music had to be kind of timed so that when it transitioned into Dance On, that my dad and I were far enough down the aisle, and it was started a little too soon, and that was nobody's fault. It was just weddings aren't perfect, and so it didn't bother me. I just felt bad because the music started and everyone like stood up. And then I had to tell them stop the music, and so they like closed the doors and stopped the music.
I remember that. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
I
almost fainted.
I know. There. And I watched the video back. Aaron looks so terrified, and like a few people were like, "Whoa, is she running away?" It was terrible. I felt really bad about that. Well, Like, I really didn't feel too bad.
I
So
knew
was
it
funny.
wasn't timed up right, and that's how I was like, oh.
Yeah, because he knows how I am about music, so he was probably like, she didn't get to start on her right foot or something
I was
like
like,
that.
oh gosh, come on.
It was funny.
I can't hold this any longer.
Let's see. How did you budget? Did you have a dollar amount in mind or adjust as you went along? Yeah, we definitely did some adjusting as we went along, but the main thing for that... You good, bro? Go to sleep.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean
You're an old person.
I'm sorry.
Baby, I'm not offended.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I don't care. That's really sweet of you. That's probably going to be all the comments, like, oh my gosh, little girl, Zeal. I didn't like hardcore budget, but do you want to pick some for me?
Oh, I'm sorry. Keep going. I don't want to cut you off.
I
Go
was
ahead.
going to ask you when to pick them. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going that way. I didn't so much like, I wanted you to ask me that one for sure, because it sounds like it's inappropriate. I didn't so much. It was more so just one of those, like, I actually heard a comedian joke about this, and I heard him, and I was like, that's actually what I did. I looked at everybody that I was inviting, and I was like, the people that I was close to, and I'm like, man, what do you offer? What can you bring to the table? I mean, I grew up in a small town, and we had the wedding not too far from my small town. And so, I mean, the Poole family, like, I owe so much thanks to them. They're some family friends, and they drove in, like, a few days early, and we have video, or, like, pictures and stuff of them, like, cooking and stuff like that. And, you know, there's so many people that I could thank, and I feel really bad that I can't think of everybody's name right now, but there were my cousin Ken, like, there were so many people that contributed, like, of their time, of their resources, that were like, you know, a friend was like, oh, I know a baker that you guys can use. So that was more of what we did, is just, and that wasn't like I'm not saying like, oh, just get people to like do stuff for you for free, but I am saying that like sometimes people will do that as a wedding gift, you know, like, oh, what do you guys want as a wedding gift? It's like, actually, like, would it be okay if you guys came and like helped out at the reception or whatever it is, or see if they have recommendations or something. Just get creative. You don't have to do everything the way that culture and the way that the world will tell you to do it. Hi. You can just do things the way that, I don't know, makes the most sense for you. I'm trying to think of another thing that we did was like in lieu of gifts, we did a honeymoon fund and a newlywed fund.
Yeah, and then we like donated like.
Yeah, we donated some to CAFO,
yeah.
Children's Alliance for Orphans, and then like the rest of it, we use it on rent. So it's like the money that a lot of people would have used to buy a whole bunch of flowers. I was like, or we could save this for our light bill next month. Like, I just didn't get unnecessary things.
She wasn't too caught up in the cosmetics.
I really wasn't.
Yeah, she just wanted to get, I think both of us too.
I just wanted to tell a story. My thing was the people. It was like, look,
that's what she really
people
focused
mean
on.
so much to me, and I wanted to have every person there that has ever blessed my life or that ever said that I've blessed their life. So
yeah,
that was the most important thing for me.
That's so true.
I didn't think about that till sitting here processing it.
Mm-hmm.
What was that one question you passed?
I don't even remember. But there's one. Did Aaron get to make decisions about the wedding too? I love you guys.
Thanks. Did you? I feel like you did. I'm trying to think of what they were. I had very
like regarding the actual wedding, or like
I feel like,
or the entirety of it. Like, I think the only thing I picked out was like groomsmen. And
yeah, all
like,
that
she even
stuff.
helped with that, and like
yeah, because you were like, I need help with this, and I was like, oh, I can't think I can help you. I would like ask you stuff, and you'd be like, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think one thing that like I think she picked out all her bridesmaids.
Yeah.
And like I think I asked if my sisters could be bridesmaids.
I don't remember how.
Because you had first asked me, can they be in it? And I was like, I don't know. Maybe I think they just want to watch the wedding.
Yeah, I think I had asked you. I think I was like,
I wasn't sure.
Because I had 15 bridesmaids at that point. I think I was like, hey, I don't know what it was. Something I don't think I think I said to you, like, would your sisters want to be a part of it? Because we
asked
weren't
me
that
and
close at the time.
Yeah.
And I didn't want them to feel uncomfortable if they didn't want to, and they'd be like, look, you are marrying our brother. We're not trying to be in the wedding. Like, I was so scared.
Yeah.
So we kind of.
Then I was like, no. I was like, I want them in this thing. Like, yeah.
And then, some of my peoples were on your side too.
Yeah, it was just totally fine.
Like my band.
Yeah, your band. Seriously, it was.
And my producer, Sean. Yeah.
People always want, you already answered the whole, like, the one question.
Yeah, the
that you asked.
podcast
That's a
episode.
lot.
People always want to know, because I think it's because people are like really caught up in wanting it to be perfect and wanting to have this like borderline billboard dropped in their house saying, "This is the person to marry, signed, God." You know, I think that's just the misconception of what it means, and I think ultimately, if you have two people who wake up every day and this is coming from a Christian, someone who's a person of faith. If you have two people that wake up every day and think, I want to serve God, I want to serve my spouse, I want to serve others, I mean, it's really hard to fail. Like, yes, you'll stumble, you'll fall, you'll have some challenging times. But if you also couple that with, you know, oh, we like the same movies, the same restaurants, the same, you know, or we don't like the same movies, but I like watching him enjoy his favorite movie, or we don't like the same restaurants, but I like seeing her enjoy her favorite restaurant. You know, our marriage isn't about waking up every day and being like, oh, do you still feel right? Because there are going to be days where it doesn't feel right. There are days where we're going through challenging stuff, and my feelings are, I would like to go curl up in a ball at my sister's house and cry. But I wake up in the morning and I say, okay, how can I serve God and how can I serve my spouse? And so his needs are being fulfilled because I'm doing that. And he's waking up saying, how can I serve God and how can I serve my spouse? And so my needs are being fulfilled. And we, you know, we both love this that we got in premarital counseling, which was each of us try to outdo the other.
Yeah, I think that's what starts making it more fun.
Right.
Yeah, like,
and it's not even like outdo them with gifts, but it's just like outdo them with love.
Yeah, 'cause even when it comes down to like gifts, like, dang it, her gift is really good. I cannot top that.
I gotta top that next year.
It's like, no, baby, no, you ain't finna outdo me. So it gets real fun, I promise.
Right, it really is. It's like you're just
Mm-hmm.
like, and it doesn't feel like an actual, you know, competition, but it just feels like, oh, I want, like I told Aaron the other day, I said, if I can make you belly laugh every day, I literally just got chills. That is the greatest thing for me. Because his laugh, like his full-on belly laugh, like black guy run out the room laugh, oh my gosh, it is the most, it brings joy to my heart to just see a smile on his face. Mm-hmm. So if I can do that for him and see that joy in his life, I know that his needs are being met and he's just so full of joy. But that in turn makes him want to do stuff like, today I'm rocking the baby to sleep. And I walk out into like our living room, kitchen, and we live in like an open loft thingy. And Aaron is like rushing to clean. He's like, oh, I was trying to have this all clean before you walked out here. And I'm just like, you blessing to my life. So it's not so much about finding the one, but it's about, are you ready to commit to a life that's not about you? And then do you guys have stuff in common? And, you know, are you both of legal age? You know, do you like to look at them? Are you attracted? Does your body feel things? Okay.
Yeah.
We're done with
I'm
that.
just thinking of the word of God. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, bye.
Oh, I got one. This is, I don't know if you said this. Did you and Aaron disagree on any of the wedding preparation?
So here's the thing. I'm going to say this as tactfully as possible.
Did we?
No, I don't think we did. But
We did.
Aaron and I both. So we have some of in our lives. I'm just like telling your business. We have some similar weaknesses. We have some different weaknesses, which is great because we can help each other. But we have some don't worry. I'm going to keep it tactful. We have some similar weaknesses as well. One weakness that he and I can both get in our heads about is, what do people think? Am I doing something wrong? Is this good enough? Yeah. Am I good enough? Those are not healthy thoughts. But they can be healthy thoughts because that makes us both just like willing to serve and love on people and just like give people the best day of their lives, right? So that is nothing in particular that we disagreed about, but that did cause some challenging moments, as, you know, one of us would be really confident about something and the other of us would be, well, what are people going to think? What are people going to say? Are we doing the right thing? And it really took us to recenter and to refocus, and to not worry about what other people were going to think in order to move forward. So that wasn't a specific situation. That's just something that is an insecurity that he and I both battle, and we just try to love each other through it and support each other. So, yeah. Is that tactful?
No, it's not. It was great.
Oh, good.
It was great.
Guys, my camera stopped because we were talking so much. Did you know what I was referencing?
Yes. But I noticed you were referencing, then I got caught up in it, but this person said, did you, and then in all caps, honestly. He was like, no, what did you honestly, in all caps, think about Aaron's shoes? So what you trying to say, whoever this is? Here's
the thing. This is one thing we can't agree on.
Because
Aaron won't admit that I picked out those shoes. He thinks that he showed me 2 pairs of shoes. And he was like, which one do you like? And I picked it. I say that I found those shoes and sent them to him.
No, she didn't. I sent her options because I was going to do... Because we were debating I should go all white, even all white shoes.
We had talked about that.
Because with hints of rose gold, and then I wasn't sure about if, but yeah.
I do remember that we weren't sure if the gold would work because there was nothing else gold. Everything was rose gold.
Yeah.
Y'all, it's so rare that you will find me in a gold earring or gold anything. I'm not a huge gold fan. I think it's beautiful. I just don't wear a lot of it. I don't know if it's weird because I feel like my skin's... Excuse me.
Sorry.
You're yawning, I'm burping. We are killing it. We are going to be the YouTube couple to watch of the year. I'm doing a thumbnail. Let's do the thumbnail.
Okay.
No, it's it's like a shocking, ooh, what did they say?
Okay.
Oh my gosh. I feel like I killed it. Let's just do a few more. How many people attended your ceremony? I think it was 1,000.
7.
You're funny. I think it was 1,000. Usually.
Huh?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know you're singing. Thinking rather. I think it was north of 1,000. This is weird too. Just in the vein of not being worried about what everybody thinks. I was nervous for so long because when pictures were released of our wedding, there's not a balcony, but the furthest part of the church, of the sanctuary, there were empty rows, and so it was a public wedding, and I was so afraid that people were gonna see that and be because my career was at a different season. Oh my gosh, I was so insecure that people were gonna see that and be oh, people didn't want to come to her wedding, there were empty seats. So the reason why there were empty seats is because it was open to the public, but there was still so much security that had to go into it, so much safety.
Yeah, you couldn't overbook, and a lot of people
right. Some people was
RSVPing for fun.
Right, and so we had a cap on it.
Yeah.
It wasn't and this is a random number because I don't remember the numbers. It wasn't the church seats 3,000, so leave it open for 3,000 people. It was an intentional, empty back that was left for just safety purposes, security purposes, and fire. So many things.
Oh my God, yeah.
And oh my gosh, I was so insecure about that. This is how much your insecurities can take over. I literally started receiving peace and freedom from that a year ago, and we've been married this coming April.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I know. I was that stressed out about it. I didn't talk to you about it because I didn't want to seem weak, I guess. But yeah, I know that wasn't cool of me. But yeah, this coming April will be 2 years that we've been married, and I'm just it's been a while to get that off my chest. Okay.
How do you feel?
How do I feel now?
Yeah.
I feel
That's
good.
my question. I got a good one.
About our wedding, or just right now about our life?
You know what? I don't got good questions.
Go to sleep, old man. That's a big question. That's not even about the wedding. Was it easy to cope with everything when you were newly married, bruh? No.
Yeah, it was.
Oh. I was kidding too. That's a yes and a no. I don't think any married couple's gonna be yeah, we killed it. If they did, then
we killed it. She's awesome. It's easy.
Oh, thanks, baby. If you could do one thing differently, what would you change? Bruh. Same answer that I keep giving.
You say.
I would think less about what people are thinking.
That ain't mine.
I would just embrace all of the weird stuff I wanted to do. I would have 17 bridesmaids without saying, I have 17 bridesmaids, worried that people were going to judge me. I would have all the weird food that I wanted to have at the reception just for fun. I would have left our reception with confidence instead of leaving the reception insecure that people were going to judge me for leaving the reception. Thinking like, oh, she's the virgin preacher's daughter. She's just rushing to have sex. You know, I would have felt more confident about the choices that I made. What about you? Or do you want to answer?
I wish I could have had some of the cake.
I knew that was going to
Yeah, I didn't get that.
I knew that was going to be what you said.
Because
that made me so sad.
We taste tested everything.
Yeah.
And I wanted to put all the flavors on this cake.
Yeah.
But we couldn't. And then after all that work picking out the flavors, I didn't get any of it.
He didn't. Well, the thing, no, they sent like plates and stuff with us to the hotel because why wouldn't you send food with the people that pay for it? Like why, like with the bride and groom, like why wouldn't you do that? But I mean, like nibbling on a cake after you've like taken it home, essentially, versus eating it right when it's been cut at the reception. It's just a difference. So I felt really bad that he didn't get to fully enjoy the cake. But even if we had sat down, let's just be realistic. There were over 1,000 people at our wedding. And with that, we only had close friends and family at the reception, which was still like 400 to 500 people.
Yeah.
So realistically, we wouldn't have been able to actually sit down.
We only got
and
to sit
enjoy.
Down because we had to take a picture.
Right. My mom made this really cute like seating area for us. I think if I could also change one thing, I think that I would have, like, this is very unrealistic, and I'm nobody that came to the wedding, don't be offended by this. I wish we could have, like, gone to the reception and, like, taken photos. Like, just spent some time maybe with our immediate families, and then had everybody come in. That is very unrealistic. But I do, like, you know, I do kind of wish we could have had some, like, chill time.
It wasn't chill. As soon as we hopped out the car,
it was
everybody and their mom was
crazy. I felt so bad. We had to do like a line for photos with like my security guard from tour, which he's great, by the way. All the security guys
I didn't think it was gonna be as serious. Like, she's not over exaggerating. Like, we had to get security to get to our pictures.
Yeah,
to take pictures.
It was
there.
so
it was
intense.
Like, you don't know how many people Jamie's a very awesome girl, and like everybody just wanted to talk to Jamie, and it was just like, you know, because Jamie, she comes off and she's like, when you talk to her just once, you're like, you're just so connected to her. Just everybody's, oh my God, Jamie, girl, we gotta talk. We gotta go over here. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
like literally.
It was a lot. It was a lot, and yeah, I'm getting tired thinking about it. So I literally just closed my eyes. I was like, I'm so tired. What were 2 things that you loved but could only pick one?
What time you got there?
Bruh, I need to stop filming. It's been way too long.
Okay.
I'm going to just do a few more. 2 things that I love, but I could only pick one. It wasn't 2, but I would just say I wish I could have done more music. Like, I wish it was just a concert, and we just went up there and said, I do.
We were going to have each person come down with a song.
Yeah, with their own separate song.
That was going to be dope.
I'm a little sad that didn't happen. How much did I cry during the vows? I was laughing and I cracked jokes. I was doing funny voices.
I cried. She didn't.
A hot mess.
That's how the engagement was. Too.
I mean,
I cried.
Laugh.
She laughing.
That's very
Imagine being on your knee and then she just laughing.
I thought it was funny. It was like, bro, me? You were too hot.
Scuffed up my shoes. She still laughing. She didn't know my shoes stuff. I did.
Let's see. Was I nervous or answer that? Did I wear white boots? Yes, I did. Where did you find your dress? I answered that one. Did you write your own vows? The vows were the one thing that I wanted to keep very traditional because everything else was so weird and so like off topic.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to keep it. Yeah, we did take communion. Did we have a honeymoon? Yes, we went to New York to see musicals and eat pizza.
We ate Nature Valley bars for our communion.
We did because something
good.
happened to the communion. We don't know what to this day. And so our communion was Nature
good.
Valley bars and a VH juice. And it was really good communion.
Like, this is the bread that they was eating back in the day. Like, man, it was...
Oh, I remember the body and the blood. I remember. Yes, saints. I remember the body and the blood. That is my life goal. To hear that.
You ain't hear nothing.
I did. You're laughing. You're really cute. What kind of food did y'all have? Your answer that? How do you know Aaron? He's my husband. What kind of music was played?
Or what they mean, like, how did you...
Oh, that's another video, sugar.
I said about 400
times.
You ain't found a video on that yet.
Yeah, you ain't.
What am I saying?
You ain't never gonna find it. I don't know.
Okay.
What kind of music was played? A lot of J.B. Gray songs.
Punk rock.
High School Musical. Somebody Could Call Home by Anthony Evans. Audio Adrenaline. Julia Ross from Everlife. And did the feeling fade? Was I nervous? And did the feeling fade when I saw him down that aisle? Bruh, I was just like, get me out of here.
She ain't seen me walking down no aisle. She was too busy being silly.
I was just like, look, this is fun. I'm hungry. I'm sleepy. And I'm tired of wearing clothes. That's not even like a sexual thing. Girls know what I mean by that. It's like, you get home, you like, why am I wearing pants? Why? How did you tell your parents that you wanted to get married? Okay, that's like a thing. They just knew, I think, honestly. How many bridesmaids? 17, blah, blah, blah. This is not a question, but it looked gorgeous. Boo! Angel top art, top photo. Thank you, Hunty. Did some of your fans come to the wedding? Yes, the line was out the door. It was amazing. Well, off topic, but it's 3 years too long to date before an engagement. That's none of my business, but I wouldn't do it. Okay. Okay, every wedding has a drama.
Wait, listen, what?
They said, it's 3 years too long to date before an engagement. And I just said, that's none of my business. But
I mean, if it takes 3 years to plan an engagement, or you need 3 years to figure out if you know you want to marry,
I feel like that's
your prerogative.
That is an elaborate question.
I mean,
because what if we're talking like...
We can do that right now. Come on.
What if we're talking about like a 19-year-old in school in Australia and another 19-year-old in the U.S. in the military? Like, what are they supposed to do?
That's what I'm saying. Like, if they
what are they supposed to do? How are they supposed to get married then?
I'm just saying, like, if they need 3 years, if they actually need 3 years to, like...
I think need is a great word. Yeah. But I think need should not be based on feelings and emotions.
Right.
If it takes you 3 years to process your feelings and emotions, not saying that that's wrong, but that is highly unlikely in the context of choosing the person that you will spend the rest of your life with. Mm-hmm. That is my new answer to that question. Okay.
What is your purpose for dating? Have you
So, right. Not to be alone. That sounded weird. Okay, I think I
that's some people,
went through all of them. I had a question. It was the first question, and I didn't answer it because I was like, I know I'm going to get it so much more. I didn't get it anymore. So now I just am obligated to answer it. It's getting so dark. Because it's like such a popular question. The question was I nervous on the wedding night? And I was like, it was crazy. It was so scary. No, I wasn't.
You was hungry.
We were so hungry. I feel like...
We were more focused on eating.
I feel like it was like, get out these clothes.
Get out these clothes and eat.
Make out with me and eat some food.
Yeah, far away.
It was great.
Yeah.
I will say, I've said this in 1,000 videos
spicy,
before.
Like get it?
And I've been like, okay, I've said this like 1,000 times before. Y'all, when you marry your best friend, awkwardness evaporates. You know what I mean? And if it is still there, you learn to embrace it. I was listening. You learn to embrace it in a way that only two best friends can. You know, if you're feeling nervous about sex, about physical intimacy, bro, they've got doctors. You might have a mom, a sister, an aunt, someone who's happily married you can talk to. You know, don't talk to somebody that is like, I don't want to be doing it with my husband because I'm too tired. I got a headache all the time. I'm too tired to do it all the time. Don't ask them what it's like.
Sister Beverly sound like we don't know what Sister Beverly.
We don't. That's just like the stereotype. That's such a stereotype. But I'm just saying, someone that's like genuinely enjoying the physical elements of their marriage, like you could be like, hey, is it okay? I mean, you won't know that till you ask. We're like, hey, my wedding's coming up, or I think I'm going to be getting engaged soon. Is it okay with you if we talk about some stuff, some intimate stuff? you know, if you get weird answers from them, then go to somebody else. Like I said, doctors or a counselor, a therapist. But after you get, you know, basic info, at some point between engagement and wedding night, you and the spouse-to-be got to sit down and be like, hey, is there anything that you've ever, and I'm speaking especially to people that were like me, especially to super virgins that don't have a lot of experience out there. But for anyone to sit down and be like, hey, is there anything that seems kind of scary to you that you don't want me to do? Or is there anything that you feel insecure about? Is there anything you feel nervous about? Is there anything that you really want to try? Is there anything that seems exciting? You know, what are your expectations for sex? And hopefully premarital counseling will lead you guys to these conversations. But, you know, what are your expectations for sex? What are you excited? Are you nervous? Whatever. Those are very important questions to talk through. You know, don't be like Googling like different sex stuff. Be like that, not that, because that's just weird. But I hope that answered the question, bruh. It's like when you open communication and marrying your best friend, it's like...
Don't leave room for any guessing.
Right. It makes the wedding night really great. Even if it's by the world standards not great, or by the world standards exceptional, regardless of where it falls on the world standards of sex and physical intimacy, when it's your best friend and when you're open and honest with each other, it will be incredible. You will embrace the awkward.
Do not let society predict your wedding night.
Yeah, please don't.
Please, seriously.
It's really worth waiting for. I wouldn't have had it any other way. Like, when I think about, like, our engagement and when we got married and, you know, having sex, and then obviously as our marriage progressed and just that changing and, you know, whatever, and then the dynamic of then having a baby and all that stuff, and Aaron currently getting nervous and checking the time on the camera because of what I'm talking about, but trying to act like he's not nervous. Like,
I wasn't nervous. No, I was just looking at the time.
I'm talking about intimacy.
Ow. Yeah, you like scratched me on one of them.
I'm sorry. This is how you kiss when you're Christian married.
Okay.
I made it so weird. I'm sorry.
Nah, you good.
But yeah, I don't know what I was saying, but I'm pretty sure I don't have to say anymore. Thanks, babe. All right, thanks for watching this unedited, unfiltered Q&A about our wedding and wedding night, apparently.
Sorry, I probably made this like 10 times longer than what it needed to be, but you're welcome.
I mean, you're really fun to be around, so... It sounded so sarcastic. Like, subscribe, Delafred to Delafred.
No, you... Okay.
Hey, click on the screen to subscribe, to check out more videos. If you want any more have y'all seen that video of that little boy? I'm tired of this church. Oh, he is everything. Strong and mighty. If you guys want to see any more unedited and unfiltered Q&As, leave a comment below, like what topic, right? So do you want one about, I don't know, being homeschooled, about being black? I don't know, I'm trying to think of things that I am, that I could talk about for a long time. Is she up, babe? She awake? No, he's on the porch. He's not in her room. Okay. Can y'all hear our sound machine? It's because babe's asleep. I already told you that earlier. I gotta figure out something for dinner. Thanks for watching. Bye. Oh, love you so much. See you soon, Miss Ready. Okay, bye.